Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another video for Vlogmas, and this is gonna be some pregnancy tips that I have. Obviously I'm not an expert in pregnancy. This is just based on my own experience with my son the first time around, and now I'm pregnant with my second one, and I'm in my third trimester. I think I'm 34 weeks today. So I haven't got long now, and I've put together this list of tips for new mums out there. It doesn't really matter if you're at your second or third or subsequent pregnancy. These are some of the things that I found useful throughout your pregnancy, so you can enjoy, being pregnant and just have fun with it. So I've got them in quite a random list here in front of me, so I'm just gonna tick them off as I go through them. So the first thing I want to say is make a list of what you need, want and must have, and buy them regularly, so on a monthly basis or every other month. Okay, so like I said, make a list of what you want, need and must have. There's a lot of things out there, really cute stuff, and trust me, I know it's difficult, but not everything that we see and that we like we actually need. And when it comes to a newborn, they don't actually need that much stuff. Obviously they need some clothes, but then ultimately what they need is just love and affection and patience with them. So to be honest with you, the first time around I did buy a lot of things that were really unnecessary, and yeah, my husband keeps telling me off for possibly doing the same thing this time around, but I'm definitely not. I definitely went ahead and bought some things that I really need for the baby, some basics, and then obviously I compromised, so it could have been something that I liked and wanted and needed at the same time, if that makes sense. So it was cute and adorable, but I also needed that as a basic for the baby, you know what I mean? So yeah, you just have to pretty much play it smart and just don't overdo it, because they tend to add up and then just be quite expensive, to be honest with you. The other thing I wanted to say is don't be afraid to weigh yourself, and don't be afraid to expect to gain some weight throughout the pregnancy. Now, I may not be the best person to talk about this, but the first time around I've gained a lot of weight without even binging on a lot of food or sweets or that kind of stuff, and I've gained over 60 pounds, 60 or 70 pounds, and this time around I've noticed a huge difference because I haven't gained that much weight. I've gained just a normal amount of weight. So now at 34 weeks, I've probably gained about 20 something pounds, which puts me on track with what you should be gaining. But then also don't get yourself too hung up on this weight gain situation. Every woman is different, and every woman carries differently, and every pregnancy is different. So try not to compare yourself with other women out there. And I know it's really difficult because that really affected me the first time around. And this time I'm trying to eat, healthy and maintain a really steady weight gain. Hand in hand with this goes eating healthy and drinking loads of water. I cannot stress enough how important it is to eat healthy throughout the pregnancy, and not only throughout the pregnancy, even before or after, when it's really important as well. So after I had my son, I got into a habit of eating regularly and having snacks throughout the day, and drinking loads of water, just like when I was pregnant. And I got into a really good healthy meal plan throughout the day, and that helped me lose so much baby weight after I've had him without even dieting. So maybe just a little bit of restriction on the sweet side of things. Obviously, if you're trying not to gain any weight, you should be avoiding having chocolate and just sweets in general. And yeah, this time around I haven't changed anything about my diet, honestly. I'm just eating the same things, regularly throughout the day, snacks in between main meals, and drinking loads of water. So I always carry one of these with me, and I try and make sure I drink at least 2 a day. And this really helps you throughout your pregnancy. You're feeling better, you're feeling healthy, and you know your baby is nourished with just the best ingredients that you could possibly give it. And yeah, I cannot stress enough how important it is. And you will feel so much better when you're not gaining so much weight because you're eating more healthy. And yeah, but even if you're eating healthy and you're still gaining weight, which is normal, you have to gain weight. And don't forget, your body is storing fat when you're pregnant to prepare yourself for breastfeeding and for, you know, postpartum. So you are gonna gain some weight, even if it doesn't make sense. Like, you'll be like, even to me it happens. Some weeks I'm thinking, why did I gain weight? Why did I gain 2 or 3 pounds when I've eaten the same as last week? But trust me, it's not just you gaining the weight, it's also the baby, it's the placenta getting bigger, it's amniotic fluid, blood, you know, extra blood in your body. So just try not to get too hung up on the numbers on the scale. As long as you can still fit in certain clothes, you know you haven't gained that much weight. Another thing I wanted to touch on was loving your bump and your body. And I know it's obvious, like obviously you're gonna love your bump. Obviously you're gonna love your bump and the baby that grows inside of you. But it's just really important not to forget to moisturize your belly and use some sort of oil, like coconut oil or bio oil. I tend to like bio oil or both, and coconut oil, and you just alternate between them and just make sure that you have your belly really well moisturized throughout the day from the beginning of your pregnancy. You don't have to be in your second trimester to start moisturizing. You can do it as soon as you find out you're pregnant. It's just going to give your skin a lot more elasticity and just going to prepare it for growing, you know. And just make sure you put the lotion everywhere on your belly and on your back and on your thighs and on your bum, because I forgot to put, how silly could I be? I forgot to put lotion on my love handles when I was pregnant with my son. I was just only putting it on my bump, like in the front bit. And then I ended up having a couple of stretch marks, like right a couple of weeks before I gave birth to my son, and I was so annoyed, I was so gutted. So anyway, don't do the same mistake. This time around, I'm moisturizing well everywhere. The next thing I wanted to talk about is make sure you document your pregnancy. I really love doing this on paper, through videos, photos. Make sure you take a belly shot every week. It's so nice to look back at your pregnancy and look at your symptoms throughout every single week since the moment you found out until you gave birth. Even postpartum, I still have notes with my son from throughout the pregnancy and after I gave birth to him on his progress and development, and when he was able to keep his head up and have a bit more control. And it's just so nice to look back at them. It's so nice to see how much I measured in every week, how much I weighed, you know. And now I'm doing YouTube for this pregnancy, which is so great because I can go back and look at my updates and compare them with my son's notes. And another thing I did on my first pregnancy, I'm definitely going to do it this time around, is do a belly cast. I've done it with my son and it's just the best, one of the best memories I could have had from my labor day, because I've done the belly cast when I was in labor, literally, and my husband did it for me and it came out just brilliant. I'm going to show you in one of my videos maybe later on when I do a pregnancy update. And it's just so nice, like even after you've given birth, you're like looking at it and be like, oh my gosh, did I actually look like this? And I had the baby inside of me, and this baby that I now hold in my arms was here, and it's just the most amazing thing. So I really, really recommend having a belly cast done. You can do it at home. You can just buy the kit off eBay, Amazon, you name it. And then another thing is to prepare yourself. Do some research on different types of birth available, you know, like water birth, if you want to have a C-section. Some people want to do that. I particularly was very keen on a natural birth, so maybe just gas and air, and I was quite eager to have a water birth, which is what I had with my son, and I had the most amazing experience, and I want to have it again. And yeah, just make sure you do your research and try not to get scared of what you hear and see online, because there is so much information out there, but you just have to select. And even the bad experiences could be a good opportunity for you to learn something from them. Obviously, it's best to keep looking through positive experiences and try and pick up what you would like from them and what sort of experience you want to have from your birth and what you want to be left with, you know, in terms of memories. And having gone through a natural birth with no pain medication, I can say it's the most empowering experience I've ever had in my life, and I cannot wait to experience that again. Yes, it's painful, and yes, it's scary at some point, but you can do it, and we've been designed to do this, to carry babies and give birth to them naturally. If for whatever reason that's not possible, that's fine. You know, there's always another route, and you can just have a look at your options available and make sure you make the best decision for yourself, really, and what suits you and your baby. Another tip that I have is exercising. The first time around, I've stopped exercising when I was in my second trimester, I think, and that was a big mistake. My feet got really swollen towards the end. I was feeling really heavy, obviously because of all the weight gain. But comparing it to this time around, when I'm still exercising at 34 weeks, even if it's just really light exercising. Oh, sorry, I have to change my position. So even if I only do like 10-15 minutes a day, that's enough to make me feel good, enough to feel that my body is still toned, and it's really all you need to sleep well and just feel better. And obviously, I don't know, it's really good for you, isn't it? Exercising is good whether you're pregnant or not, and it prepares you for labor as well. So that's another tip that I have, is keep on exercising, even if sometimes you just don't feel like doing it. 10 minutes, they would go by so quickly you won't even know, and then by the end of it, I've done my exercise, I can just go to bed now, you know what I mean? The other thing I wanted to say is make sure you spend some time with your husband or your partner before the new baby comes. You're definitely going to be really busy with the newborn once the baby comes, and obviously you have to enjoy your pregnancy when you're pregnant, because you are going to miss it. I definitely missed it. Some women, they just don't enjoy their pregnancies and they don't miss it at all, but I think most women do, and I love being pregnant, and I'm just going to enjoy every single day of it. And I have to try and do better at spending more time with my husband. That's something I don't do very often, and I should do it, especially now that we have our son as well, and another baby. It's going to get even more crazy. So I have to make time and show him that obviously he means so much to me, and that, you know, I still love him loads, even more than in the beginning, because obviously he's given me 2 healthy children. So yes, make sure you spend time with your other half, and make sure they know how much you love them, even after the baby comes. Right, so I think this is pretty much it. These are all my pregnancy tips for a nice, happy pregnancy. And I hope you've enjoyed it. It's not rocket science, it's just really my own experience with the pregnancy that I'm currently having and my previous one. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what sort of tips you have and if you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you again soon.